Happy marvelous Monday. Do you know what super special day was celebrated on Saturday? We'll talk about it.
When I have a worry-filled mind, I like to wander outside. No telling what we might find. Birds calling, worms crawling, leaves falling down from above. Oh, I plant my feet on the ground. I keep my head in the clouds. I let my feelings out loud. I hear joy calling, fear crawling, tears falling down out of love.
Welcome, friends. I am so glad you're here. Do you know that lots of us feel lots of different feelings throughout the day? All people, young and old, big and small, here or there, all over the world, humans experience a lot of different feelings or emotions throughout the day. So I'm curious, what emotions or feelings are you experiencing right now? I'm going to bring up my feelings poster so you can have a closer look. And I'd like you to take some time here first to listen to your body and think about what it's telling you. Sometimes when our bodies are feeling in the red zone, really overwhelmed or tense, then we may be feeling certain emotions. Other times when our bodies are more comfortable or relaxed in the green zone, we may be feeling differently, some other emotions. So look here at this poster. Notice all the different features on these characters' faces. Do you find any that match how you're feeling right now? I'm taking a peek at the poster too, and I am feeling hopeful and peaceful. I'm feeling hopeful because of what we're going to talk about today, and I'm feeling peaceful because I feel like I was able to take some time earlier this morning to myself and spend some time with my dogs and really just start off the day in a nice, calm way that helped me clear my mind and feel good and comfortable in my body. So hopeful and peaceful are my emotions or feelings right now. What are yours? Thanks so much for sharing that with me. And if you're feeling stumped and you're not sure how you're feeling right now, that's okay. You can always pause this video, spend some more time looking at that poster, talking to the grown-ups around you or other friends nearby, and see if you can figure it out. Let's check in with Fig and talk about our date exercises for the day. Hi, Fig. It looks like you are feeling excited. They are showing us one of the moves we'll do for our date exercise. Make some guesses here. You might have to imagine Fig moving their legs and bringing their arms together while they do this move. Maybe that hint will help you guess. You have some time to make these observations and think through different ideas because we're going to check our date and then we'll start with some exercises before we get back to Figs. Today's date is 11/15/21. And maybe the date is a little different for you. That's okay. You can always add on some exercises if you're watching this on a later date. First, we need to do 11 exercises. I thought we could do 11 lunges to help build our leg muscles. So lunges require us to stand up and we'll face in one direction. We'll put one foot pretty far out in front of us and the other foot will be behind us. Both of them should be facing forward, just like in line with our head. And what we'll do is bend our front knee to lunge down, and our back knee will start to bend down as well. You can bend down in a way that's comfortable for you, or challenge yourself to have your back knee touch the ground. That one's pretty tricky. I'm going to do one lunge this way, and I'll turn my body and do a lunge that way. You can switch sides as well, or do them all in the same direction, whatever you have space for or whatever feels best. Let's do 11 lunges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, one more, 11. Fantastic. Now Fig is going to help us with our 15 moves. What should we do? Oh, great. Jumping jacks. Thanks, Fig. I love jumping jacks because they use all of my muscles in my body and they make my heart beat really quickly, so they really energize me. I hope you enjoy jumping jacks too. We'll be doing 15. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Thanks, Fig. And finally, we have 21 moves to do. I thought we could do something that you could try sitting or standing, since we did lots of standing things earlier. And these are called side stretches. So if you want to do them sitting, you can just sit up nice and tall, stretch your arms out, and kind of pull yourself to either side. If you want to do them standing, you can do it very similarly, or you can try to stretch down to your toes on either side. Let's do 21 side stretches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now you friends may know that after a workout, I always love to settle back in, cool my body, and so I take 3 big breaths. You're welcome to join me every time you hear a bell. That will be our reminder to breathe in big and then slowly let it out. Let's do it. Thank you so much for moving your body, building your muscles, and then settling back down and breathing with me. I'm really excited for all that we have to do and to talk about together today, so let's get started. Right at the beginning of today's episode, I mentioned that something super special was celebrated on Saturday, this past Saturday, November 13th, and I have more information about that in our message. You may already know that while I'm reading our message, you can, of course, look carefully and listen carefully, but most importantly, as you are looking and listening, see if you can spot some alliterations. Alliterations are when there are words next to each other that start with the same letters or sounds. And this is a fun way to practice letter sounds, get familiar with more words. Many of these words you might be able to read, and many of them you might not be able to read yet. And so looking for those patterns and those clues like alliterations could really help you. Dear kind kids, this past weekend, on November 13th, people across the world celebrated World Kindness Day. Some people also wore red cardigans in honor of Mr. Rogers. What I love about kindness is that it's something that we can all practice every day. no matter where we are or what we have around us. Kindness can also have the power to change someone's day from a difficult, challenging, or sad experience into a sweet, love-filled, or meaningful moment. We can practice kindness with our words, our talents, our bodies, our treasures, and our time. Let's check out some books about kindness and discover some ways we can practice kindness today. Love, Mrs. A. Have you ever practiced kindness before? I bet you have. How have you been kind? Can you think of an example? Yes, there are so many ways that we can practice kindness in our family, with our grown-ups, to our siblings, or our cousins, or our aunts and uncles, in a class with friends and teachers, in our community with neighbors. Wow, I'm so glad that there are so many wonderful ideas about how to practice kindness already, and I'm really eager to share these books with you so we can talk a bit more and maybe hear some examples we haven't thought of before. Today I have 3 books to share with you. 2 of them are really talking about ways we can be kind to others and people around us, which I think is really important. And one of them is about ways we can think and practice being kind to ourselves, which I think is equally important, but sometimes we forget. Sometimes we get so caught up thinking about others and how we can help them and be kind to them, which is great, but we might forget about how we can be kind to ourselves, and I think it's really important that we practice that too. So, I wanted to start here with a book called I Am Kind, and it is by Susie Capozzi, illustrated by Erin Unten. And in this book, it follows a character, you see her on the cover here, and we'll start at the beginning, just look at a few pages together. But if you grab this from your library or your bookstore, you'll see how this character practices kindness in all the different areas of her life and how other people interact with her and show kindness in return. And so I think it's a really great example because it reminds me of ways that I've experienced kindness and that I've tried to practice kindness. And it made me think of some ways I haven't tried yet. I want to be kind, like my mom. She is the kindest person I know. She helps Grandma work out. They walk in the park. They bend and stretch. It is fun. Right away, I see an example of how this character's mom is practicing kindness with her body and her time. I love that. Stan lives next door. He hurt his arm and can't garden. I try to be kind. I weed and water his plants. Stan thanks me with some strawberries. How kind. So this is a great example of how her talents and her time are shared in order to be kind. And then her neighbor Stan is kind in return. And I think something that's really amazing about kindness is that it's often contagious. That means if I am kind to someone, they usually catch the idea of being kind and they're usually kind back to me, or they may go off and be kind to someone else. And it's a really beautiful way to help make our world a little bit more happy, a little bit more love-filled, and a little bit more peaceful. When the rain comes down, my umbrella goes up. I find room for one more to be kind. And you may remember this illustration actually is the cover. And I thought this was a great example of how we can be kind with our treasures. She has an umbrella and it happens to be raining. This cat did not have an umbrella. And so she shared her treasure, she shared her umbrella to help keep that cat dry and warm. Maybe there are treasures that you have, things that are important to you, things that you have that maybe a friend might not. Maybe there's a way that you can be kind and share your treasures. This continues on with another character, and I would really recommend you check it out because they come up with some great ideas on how to be kind, some creative ways together. This next one also has some ideas of how we can be kind, especially to other people, and it is called What Does It Mean to Be Kind? Written by Rana, Diorio, illustrated by Stefani Jorish. And we'll just read a few parts together. Maybe you'll be inspired, or maybe you'll think, me too, I have done that before. That's a way I've practiced being kind. Being kind means smiling at a new student in class. That's a way to be kind with your body. Being kind means giving someone a compliment or holding the door open for someone else. Giving a compliment is a great way to be kind with your words, and holding the door open for someone is a way to be kind with your time and your body. Being kind means being patient even when you are in a hurry. Saying please, thank you, you're welcome, and I'm sorry. You'll notice I'm doing another sign from American Sign Language. This means I'm sorry, and that might be a hard one for some of us, myself included. But a way to be kind is by practicing saying I'm sorry when we make a mistake or hurt someone's feelings. This book is filled with more examples if you'd like some other inspiration. It also has some really beautiful illustrations if you'd like to check that out. And last but certainly not least, I'm excited to share There's Only One You with you. And as I mentioned, this book includes some ways that we can think about being kind to ourselves. We've talked a little bit about being patient with ourselves and practicing yet if we feel stuck or are unsure about something or don't know something yet. And this book has a few other ways that we can be thinking and reflecting on how we can be kind and patient with ourselves. It's called There's Only One You, and it's written by Catherine Healing and Deborah Hembrook, illustrated by Rosie Butcher. Your knees might feel knobby. Your ears might stick out. Are you tall? Are you short? Are you thin? Are you stout? You might be outgoing, or maybe you're meek. Whatever, it's awesome being unique. This talks about how you can think about all the different things that make up you and how they are wonderful and unique, and you can be kind to yourself because they're a part of you. Do your feelings spill out? Do they lay low and hide? You might cry when you're sad, or keep your tears inside. Do you smile just a bit, or laugh loud with a shriek? You're different. It's awesome being unique. Maybe sometimes you feel like your feelings spill out, or maybe, like me, they lay low and hide. We can think about our feelings and our brains and all that makes up us and be kind to ourselves. Think, oh, yeah, that's a part of me, and I love it just the same. When it's time to dig in and learn something new, there's more than one way of seeing it through. You can work slow and steady, or in a fast streak. Your brain grows in your way, being unique. All of our brains are different, and that's why I really love the reminder that you might not know something yet, and being patient with yourself, because all of us are unique, and it takes time for each of us to understand and learn things in our own way. And a way you can be kind with yourself is when you make a mistake or you're not sure of something yet, you can think, that's okay. I'll figure it out. Maybe I need a little help. Maybe I should take a break and come back to it. It's all just a part of my brain and my speed or my pace. And I think that this is a really fantastic book. Again, it has so many colorful and playful illustrations, but also some really important words. And maybe you noticed they rhyme, and so it's really fun to read or listen to. Friends, I hope you enjoyed the books that we previewed together today. I am really excited about World Kindness Day and spreading kindness, so I hope you feel inspired by some of the examples we heard. And I want to challenge you to practice kindness today, even if it's one small way. I want you to think about it and do it. Really make someone's day or cheer someone up. I know you can. For our mindful moment today, when we practice being present and focusing on just one thing, I actually wanted us to do a superhero stretch because I think kindness is a bit like a superpower, and we all have the power to be kind. And so for our mindful moment and superhero stretch today, what we need to do is stand up if we're able, or sit tall, and we are going to clench our fists. So close them up tightly, and we're going to put our arms straight up to the sky, as high as we can. Reach. And maybe you feel like you want to go on your tippy toes. I want to ask you to keep your feet flat on the ground. Pretend like they are glued to the floor. And as you are reaching high, we're going to take some big breaths. We'll take 3 big breaths together. And we will just stay in this pose as we breathe. And then we'll talk more about it when we're done. Ready, superheroes? Stretch tall. And let's breathe. 2 more breaths. You got this, kindness superheroes. 1 more. Fantastic. All right, kindness superheroes. As you sit down and unclench your fists, what do you notice in your body? Any feelings or sensations? How's your mind right now? I know when we were in our pose, at first I was thinking, how can I be kind today? And then I paused and I thought, nope, I'm going to focus just on my superhero pose. Did your mind wander too? Yeah, that's okay. When we practice our mindful moments, if you notice your mind wandering or thoughts coming in, you can try to take a breath and just push them aside. I'll get back to those later. Friends, I hope you enjoyed our superhero stretch today and talking more about kindness. I'm really excited for all of the kind things you're going to do. I want to send you off with some love if you'd like it, a hug if you want it, and I can't wait to see you next time.